Now what we're going to do is work on this rear fan vent. It's a bit of a complex shape, and if you really don't know how to approach this, it can become a tough job, a tough task to complete. So let me show you some techniques and tricks here that you can use to get something like that done as easy as possible. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is create a cylinder because the fan vent resembles the shape of a cylinder, right? So I'm going to go to the Create menu, go to Standard Primitives, grab myself a cylinder. I'm going to zoom in here, and when I draw my cylinder, I'm going to try to draw it from the center of the image here as best as I can. And I'm going to draw it to the point where the edges touch the dark area, basically the whole area, just like how I have it right here, like that. I'm going to go to my perspective view. There's my cylinder. I'm going to pull it forward. Go to the Modify panel. Make sure that the height segments is set to 1 and the cap segments is set to 1. Okay? The radius should already be set correctly according to the image if you went ahead and just did that. Now for number of sides, I mean, you could go with any number of sides for this. I'm going to go with 32 because 32 will work out just fine for me. Once you get used to it though, you can modify the technique to suit your needs. So I'm going to go with 32. It's going to work just fine. Alright, now next thing I need to do is convert this to an editable poly. So I'll do that. I'm going to take this polygon and hit Control and I to invert my selection. And I'm going to hit Delete to get rid of all of those polygons. I don't need them. I only need this polygon right here. I'm going to go back into this view over here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my Inset options. I'm going to inset this until this edge that I just created is pretty much in the middle of this ring right here in the image. See the ring from the air vent? I'm going to hit Apply and Continue. And the next one I'm going to do the same thing. So there's an inner ring right there. I'm going to try to get it for the edge to go in the middle of that ring. I'm going to hit Apply and Continue. And for this one, I'm going to make this edge outline that center area right there, that center cylinder, and hit OK. Alright? Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Edge Mode. I'm going to select this edge and select the loops for those edges. So basically I have those two rings. We have to give these rings some thickness. So I'm going to go to Chamfer. I'm going to chamfer that with a value of about 1 looks pretty good. I'm going to hit OK. And that's going to give me basically these polygons right here. If I go to Loop and I select that polygon, these polygons match up with the image. See that? How we're starting to create the actual geometry? Okay? That's very important. Alright, now with that done right there, what I'm going to do next is, let me actually see what I'm going to do next here. What I'll probably do is take this edge right here, this edge there. I'm going to take these edges on top and bottom because we have to give these spindles in our wheel, so to speak, some thickness. Because basically the way you think about this, think of this as a big wheel and we have these spindles, okay? So we have a spindle basically that goes across it left to right horizontally. We have another spindle that goes vertically straight up and down. And then we have one that goes diagonally, cuts from top left to bottom right. And then we have one that cuts from top right to bottom left down here. So select the edges that I've selected here, okay? And also the ones for this bottom one right here. And right there, and right there, right there, and right there. Basically these edges are selected. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Chamfer to give those things some thickness. So a value of about 1 looks pretty good. I'm going to hit OK. I'm happy with that. I actually forgot to do the one on the top, so I'm going to select the edges for the one on the top. I'll hit Chamfer. Value of 1 looks good. I'll hit OK. So I'm good to go right there. And the next thing I'm probably going to do is, let me see here. I'm going to take those two polygons there, these two, those right there, and these on the bottom. So basically the two fat polygons on the bottom, the top, the left, and the right. I'm going to pull up my quick slice tool because right here we need basically a spindle, but it's very wide, it's very big. So I'm going to make a cut right there, cut right there. I'm going to make a cut down here, another one right there. So that'll cut top to bottom for all of those polygons I had selected. And what I'm going to do now is, let me see here. I'm almost there. I'm about halfway through with this. What I'm going to do now is I'm probably just going to stop this video here, and in the next one I'm just going to continue to detail this guy out.